What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First and foremost, I want to start up top by saying I feel 100% again. I'm finally over this flu, pulling through, so I'm excited to be back feeling like my former self. With that out of the way, today I want to talk about a team that we don't talk about very often. That is because obviously they're a great team in real life. That is the Boston Celtics. But there is a lot on the line for the Celtics team going into this offseason, going to the playoffs, and everything else about their future. As we know, the new CBA is going to make things very tough for them to keep the roster how it is right now. A lot of people are talking about how this should be their year to go win the championship. And if they don't, if they choke it, then obviously, it's just a big old disaster. It'd be the biggest choke job in a while. There's a lot on the line for the Celtics team. Sometimes I feel like 2K disrespects Boston a little bit. Tatum always leaves the team as well. That always seems to happen. So today I want to come in and GM the Celtics a little bit. I know Brad Stevens is doing a good job in real life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to take his job. I've been playing a damn video game. Let me stop. But let's go ahead, jump in. Let's do a video on the Celtics. I haven't talked about them in a while, and let's have some fun with it. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're all also right now on the road to 50,000 subs, so hitting that subscribe button helps out with that goal. Other than that, like I said, let's talk about the Celtics. Of course, as we know, they're a very good team. Very, very good team. This could be their year to go win the championship. They made some tough decisions in the offseason. They traded away a franchise cornerstone who's been here for quite some time, and Marcus Smart to bring in Porzingis. Of course, it was originally supposed to be Brogdon until the Clippers backed out. So I'm sure Celtics fans feel some type of way about the Clippers for a while now. But regardless, this could be the year they go win a championship. But as we know, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, all these guys are getting paid. Tatum's extension is coming up as well. So there is a lot of money to be paid. And the new CBA, of course, does not like a lot of money. It just is how it is. So it's going to be a lot of tough decisions in the future for Boston. But I want to just go ahead, first and foremost, start with let's just simulate this season. Let's see what 2K thinks. Are the Celtics going to go win the championship? I don't think it's a given that they win it year one. They might, and that's great. And I'd be, excited to get it out of the way right away. But if this team were to lose the championship, or not lose the championship, but if they were just to not make it very far in the playoffs, if they lose in the conference finals again, you do wonder if Jaylen Brown could be moved. There's a lot of tough decisions that could come up this team. So enough talking. Let's just go ahead and start simulating. We're going to simulate the rest of year one. I'll see you guys at the end of the season to talk about what we do based off how the playoffs go. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer tool. Basically, if you're playing on these DFS apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, etc., another tool that you could use in your arsenal to help you find good plays right in front of you with zero research is DGF's Optimizer tool. What it does, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books. For example, on the board right now, and again, they have all kinds of weird stats on here. They got esports, they got golf on here. There's all kinds. They're gonna have baseball when it comes up. But for example, you got Devin Booker. Every single book has this at 9.5, while PrizePicks has it at 10. Obviously, this isn't like the best example compared to this, but if you're gonna go buy a car, obviously you're gonna go to the cheapest place to go buy that car. You're not gonna go, spend as much money. You're gonna try to save as much money as possible, which is why line shopping and sports betting can also be super beneficial to you. So if every single book has it at 9.5, then taking it under 10 is not a bad idea on PrizePicks. So you're getting the best bang for your buck. So if you want to check out DGF Optimizer, link is down in the description below. 25% off your first month using code Crushables. I definitely recommend this if you are playing Underdog, PrizePicks, and all those other apps every single day. If you're playing on those apps, definitely recommend this. And of course, I have a code on PrizePicks, which for whatever reason the website's not working. So that's great. Oh, there we go. All right, we're back. No, we're not. Okay. Well, PrizePicks, as you guys know, it is a player props website. It's available on mobile or desktop. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. It's working now. And actually, it's a really good day to sign up because right now they actually have a free square on James Harden for Pi Day, over 3.14 points. Of course, you're definitely going to click the more on the projection. For whatever reason, this website's not working right now. I don't know why, but whatever. So choose between 2 to 6 players, all kinds of sports to choose from. Use code Crushables. They match your first deposit, $1 for $1, up to $100. Another app similar to PrizePicks is Dabble. Dabble is also another really cool app. And a cool feature about this app is you actually copy people's entries with a click of a button. So you don't even have to make your own entries if you don't want to. You literally just copy people's entries, and it's that simple. You could just go on the app. You can go to the Explore page and basically look at a game, and you can see what people are putting in. And if you don't want to make your own entries, just click copy. It's that simple. Really cool feature. It actually offers up to 100x payout as well, up to 8 players. So if you want to check out any of these tools, Prize Picks, of course, down in the description below. Dabble, also link down in the description below. Use code CRUSH10 over on Dabble to sign for that. You get $10 just for signing up, which is really cool. And then Prize Picks, of course, use code Crushables. First deposit match up to $100. But let's get back to the rebuild. Luka Doncic is winning MVP year 1. Wembanyama Rookie of the Year. Malik Monk 6th man. Wemby Defensive Player. Most improved Jalen Johnson. Durant Clutch Player. And Mazzulla Coach of the Year. And Executive goes to John Murphy. And yeah, not too shabby. Those, kind of could reflect what we see in real life. Tatum makes the All-NBA 3rd team. Again, the man is about to be extension eligible, I believe, as soon as this offseason that the Celtics can give him the Supermax. So, and then Derek White makes an all-defensive 2nd team, I believe that was. So, shout out to Derek White, who's one of the best role players in the NBA. 27.5 points per game from Tatum, 23 from Jaylen Brown, 19 from Porzingis, 14 from White, and then 14 from Drew Holiday. What are we running rotational-wise? I'm going to run a 9 rotation in the playoffs. We're going to play our 9 best players, shrink things down a little bit. So here we go. Let's go see if we can go win a championship. Year 1 without me obviously doing anything. We get Atlanta in round 1. I believe the Celtics played the Hawks last year, and the Hawks actually pushed them to 6, if I remember correctly, which is not something I don't think anybody expected. I believe when I made that prediction, I thought the Celtics would just sweep them. The Hawks gave them some problems, which is not a good, it's a red flag. But hopefully this time in 2K fantasy land, we don't have to have a problem with the Hawks, and we are going to beat them in 5 this time. So we take care of them a little bit easier. And now we don't have to play the Miami Heat, who have obviously given the Celtics problems in the past. As soon as last year they gave them problems. Brunson, DiVincenzo, OG, Randall, Mitch Robinson, Bojan. The Knicks, obviously fully healthy. Going to be very interesting. Robinson, I don't believe, is going to play again this season, but whatever. OG, they've been very good with OG on the court. Randall hasn't played in a while, but let's see if we can take down the Knicks to get to these conference finals. And we do lose in 5 in round 2. So not great if that is the case. So based off this hypothetical scenario where if the Celtics lost in round 2, I think tough decisions would be made. And that's probably what we're going to do this offseason. We're going to be basing it off what just happened here. And yeah, so Cleveland, New York, and you're going to have the Cavs going to win the championship. At the end of the day, the goal here is to get a championship. And that did not work out whatsoever. So we're going to go player retirements. Al Horford's going to retire Celtic, which is fine. Let's go to the lottery. And I don't even know if we have a pick this offseason. I'm not 100% sure. I believe this pick is going somewhere else, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, we got 29. So we have pick 29. Staff signing. I mean, do you fire Joe Mazzulla? I would if it was a good coaching pool. And obviously, you have Greg Popovich there. But in real life, he's extended, I believe, to like a 4-year deal with the Spurs. So I guess we'll keep Joe Mazzulla for another year. Hypothetically, I feel like if there was a scapegoat in this scenario, if Boston did get eliminated in round 2, I believe the scapegoat would be Jaylen Brown. That's just kind of how it's been. So it would not shock me at all if Jaylen Brown was the one to be moved. But Jaylen Brown is just so damn good in 2K that I almost don't want to move him, and I want to blame it on somebody else. So Drew Holiday is someone we're probably not going to be able to re-sign. Maybe that's what we decide to do. We don't re-sign Drew Holiday. We have to let him go, which sucks, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to make decisions. We're going to have to make cuts here because this team is about to be too expensive. We could maybe, not extend Jason Tatum just yet. Maybe wait a little bit till the extension deadline next year. We'll figure it out. But let's jump in at pick 29, and let's see what we can get at pick 29 to start things off. Maybe we can get like a steal to kick things off here. So we have Tyler Smith on the board, 19-year-old, 6'11", or yeah, that's height. Sorry, I thought that was, never mind, whatever. Juan Nunez, Kevin McCullough, Tristan Da Silva, Deron Holmes, Bronny James. We could convince LeBron to come play for us. Probably not. Obviously, he's going to ask for too much money. Tyler Smith, ceiling not available. We don't know much about these guys here. Kevin McCullough. I'm just going to take the guy that's 19. We'll take him out of high school, whatever. And I think we have no, that's it. So we had a 2nd round pick. We got Antonio Reeves. I'll sign him as well. So we get a 74 overall. Not too bad. I'll definitely take that. Drew Holiday actually accepts his player option, which actually isn't a bad idea because now we can move him for something. So I'm actually happy he accepted that. So Drew Holiday will be the scapegoat here. 34 years old. Not sure what his value would be, but he's coming off a pretty good efficient season. If you take a look at what he was able to do last year, 34 years old, 14 points per game, 42% shooting from 3. So I'm not expecting like a spectacular package in return, but I think we got to move at least one of these guys. And I could see it being Jaylen Brown, but if I'm the Celtics, or at least here in this 2K land, we're going to trade Drew Holiday. So when it comes to Drew Holiday trade, obviously there should only be a select few teams that are trading for Drew Holiday. He's on a 1-year deal. He's 34 years old. This should be a team that's trying to contend and go win a championship. It shouldn't be like a Wizards team or whatever. I guess it could for like salary purposes. Maybe we could squeeze Kuzma and something else out of them. Obviously, we also want to cut some money in this trade by doing this, so we don't want to take back too much salary. So yeah, there's a lot that has to be taking place into this. So first team that came to mind was Minnesota. I think Drew Holiday would make some sense in Minnesota, but it just depends on what we're able to get out of them, of course. I would just fine with just getting some depth at this point. So I'm going to start with the Clippers, though. I think the Clippers actually have a couple of things they could offer us. So obviously Kawhi is staying. I could see the Clippers maybe wanting Drew Holiday for a year. I would love to see if I can get Zubac out of them and maybe Bones Highland. I'd be cool with this. Like, getting these two guys, I think, wouldn't be too bad. So let's see if they would just say yes to that. And they say no. So we'll move on from that. We'll go to another team. Let's talk to the Timberwolves as well. The Timberwolves also kind of intrigue me as an idea. Again, they're not a team, though, that I believe has like cap space. They would have to match his contract. As long as we're taking back less salary and just saving a little bit, that's basically what, as we know, that Celtics have to do in the new CBA, which I don't know if there's anybody else you could take other than like Conley. And then, yeah, it's going to get rough after that. So that's probably not going to work either. Another one, like I said, is where you could just maybe like save some money by getting like Kuzma and then like Rashawn Holmes or something. So like, obviously the Wizards aren't doing this for Drew Holiday. They're getting out of Kuzma's contract. Now, the Wizards wouldn't just do this for Drew Holiday. We get Kuzma in return, who would be a solid rotational piece, but this would save us not that much money, not as much as I thought. Could I cut Rashawn Holmes and maybe do somebody a little different? Let's say it's Landry Shamet, who's making just a little bit less. Not much again, 23. You're saving a little bit. You're saving like $5 million by doing this, which could mean a lot. Just depends. I'm not like a financial guru that I don't know how much the Celtics need to get under or whatever, but you know, you get what my point is. So basically, we're gonna try to send some picks to the Spurs, or not to the Spurs, the Wizards, to get Kuzma. Just for example, just something, for example, to get Kyle Kuzma, just to save a little bit of money. We get Landry Shamet, who we could also maybe eventually cut away. His money will come off the books in next year, so he's non-guaranteed next year. Kuzma could be an interesting piece that fits here as well. So I like it. We're gonna see if they want to give me Eugene. I don't want Eugene. I would be fine with giving you another second round pick. But yeah, let's do it. Really? All right. We might come back to this for now. So Kyle Kuzma, as much as I kind of want to do it, I am hesitant. I'm going to come back to this, but Kyle Kuzma, will keep him on the back burner for now. I know I'm being indecisive, which is something I often do, but I'm going to go ahead, leave this on the back burner. I might come back to this, but we'll see if we can figure something else out. So as much as Kuzma would have been a really good piece to get, I do think this trade makes maybe a little bit more sense. We're saving a lot more money in this trade. So we're actually going to go ahead and try to do this trade with the Clippers, where we send Drew Holiday to the Clippers. We're trading 3 seconds and Springer to get Terrence Mann and Zubac. 2 depth pieces that's going to help out in a rotation long term. Drew Holiday, Jaden Springer, that's going to be sending about $43 million over to the Clippers. Of course, Steve Ballmer has no problems paying a bunch of money. And we're going to get like 20 million, 22, 23 million back in return. So I think I'm cool with this trade. So we're going to do that instead. That's going to save a lot more money than getting Kuzma would have been. Getting Kuzma would have been cool as well, don't get me wrong. But I think that was probably the better trade to do long term. Zubac is a backup 5. Sounds good to me. And yeah, I actually really like that trade for us a little bit better than what I was about to do. So happy with that. Terrence Mann, really nice, solid piece. So we're going to go ahead and move him to small forward. And then now we need to figure out how are we going to upgrade the roster from here. So Peyton Pritchard, of course, right now is our starting point guard at the moment. Don't really want that to be the case. We have Terrence Mann, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. So I think what we're going to have to do is we'll move Jaylen Brown to the 2. He will go down. We'll move Derek White to point guard. So that's probably what we're going to have to run. So Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, be Jaylen Brown. Antonio Reeves probably won't play next year, of course. Sam Hauser will probably have to be a backup. Tyler Smith, can't say he's ready to play next year. Jordan Walsh is someone I could see being ready potentially, but yeah, or not in 2K, but maybe in real life he could be ready. And then we have Oshae Brissett. Zubac, I think, is a nice get. But yeah, I think we definitely need another shooting guard and another 4 if possible. So shooting guards we can get. We have Eric Gordon. Another one I always like getting is Josh Richardson. He's always someone who never regresses, and he just makes a ton of sense. So I'm going to go ahead and get Josh Richardson. We can move him to the 2. He's going to go up. You can move him to the 3. He goes up. So Richardson, to me, no-brainer to start this off. So just like that, Davis Bertans would be our next best get. A nice sharpshooter. We'll sign him to a minimum. Xavier Tillman, if it gives me the ability to re-sign him, I will do that as well. So we'll re-sign him. And then that will probably be our offseason. So not a whole lot of excitement. We trade Drew Holiday, but I think that's going to You know, it's going to give us a little bit more depth, which should help out a ton. We can move Richardson to the 2 now, so he will move, which will be nice. So he'll move up to the shooting guard, being a 77 overall. So not too shabby. I'm not too upset with that, and we're going to have to extend Tatum probably at the extension deadline. But most importantly, we cut some money, which is what the Celtics will have to do in real life more than likely. So let's go straight in this next season. Of course, I'm looking to still go contend. I think if this year does go well, Joe Mazzulla will be the next scapegoat. And after that, it could be Jaylen Brown, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to have to cut one player. Let's see who that will be. We're going to have to cut Drew Peterson. So we're going to cut Drew Peterson. And then we're going to send Reeves and also Power Smith to the G League. So this is your rotation. I don't mind it. I actually kind of mess with it. So Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Terrence Mann, Tatum Porzingis, Zubac, Josh Richardson, Peyton Pritchard, and Sam Hauser. Not too shabby. So we can go ahead, send Smith to the G League. We'll probably be ready to play next year, which is going to be awesome to have him ready. And then we'd probably send Walsh there instead of Antonio Reeves. So we'll do that. And that will be our rotation going this year. So that is what it's about to look like. I'm actually kind of happy with this rotation. 4-star balanced. Would be anywhere else? No. So I'm going to leave that a balanced rotation. If I move anything else, if I make another move, of course, as you guys know, you'll be the first to know. I'll stop and show you guys. But I don't know if I'll make a trade. I think I'm cool with this. I might stop and show you that we're extending a Tatum if he allows me to. Other than that, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So at the end of year 2, regular season didn't go that great. 45-37, so we weren't even a 50-win team. We were a 60-win team last year, as we know. So I'm a little worried. Tatum was not wanting to sign an extension at the deadline. This time we're the 5th seed in the East. We get to go up against an Atlanta team that we were able to beat last year, so hopefully we can maybe repeat that process. But I'm going to shrink it down to an 8-man rotation. A lot on the line for us here, because obviously we've gone as much as we possibly can of, you know, making this a contender, going out there and trying to win a championship. So let's see if we can come out here and start off with a round 1 victory against the Hawks. Even though we're the lower seed, I do believe we're the better team. Somebody in current round against Atlanta, and we are going to beat them in 5. So we're off to a good start. Now we get Cleveland, which of course is a team in 2K that's very tough to beat as well. So this is going to be a tough matchup for us, but we'll see if we can find a way to take them down. So Derek White also wanted an extension. He wanted like $25 million though. Only 30 years old. Probably should have signed him to it, but I'm going to see if I can get him for a little bit cheaper. Maybe I can't. We'll see what happens. But Philadelphia, New York on the other side. Game by game here against Cleveland. We do win game 1, 30 from Donovan Mitchell, 40 from Jaylen Brown. Game 2, 2-0, 142 to 118, 50 from Tatum, 29 from Porzingis. So far, so good. 3-0, and if we can sweep them, that would be awesome. But instead, they're going to go back from 3-0, aren't they? Because that's just what happens. So we're in TD Garden for this game 6. If we blow a 3-0 lead, a lot of things are going to have to happen. I'm going to be honest with you. If we blow a 3-0 lead, I'm going to be very, 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 very disappointed. So let's see if we can come out here, and we are going to close them out. So we do take care of business. We get to the East Conference Finals again, which is awesome. And now we get Philadelphia or New York in the East Conference Finals. We get Philadelphia. Of course, Philadelphia, Boston, they've been matched up so many times, and Boston has majority of the time owned them. Actually, I think every time. So hopefully we can continue that here in 2K. So game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. 2-1, okay. 3-1, nope, they're going to even it up. So even it up, game 5 here in Philly. Let's see if we can come out here and take one in Philly and then, you know, bring them back to TD Garden with an advantage in our corner. Does not look like it'll be the case. Our backs will be against the wall. We have to beat Philadelphia in game 6 and in game 7 to come out here and win a champ or get to the finals at the very least. So let's see if we can get back in this one. They actually have our number right now, and we are going to, okay, we still lose. All right, so we lose 124. Or what was the score? I believe it was like 120. Yeah, we lost by 2. Awesome. So we lose in 6 in the East Conference Finals, which really, really sucks. Oklahoma City Thunder going to win the championship. Yeah, not great. LeBron James retires a Laker. We can go to the lottery, and we can go figure out. And Philadelphia says they have Toronto's pick. Obviously, that's not the case in real life. Philadelphia just beat me. I'm 100% taking that pick from them because they don't actually have that pick. Joe Mazzulla, I don't have to fire him because his contract is expired. I think, obviously, we move on from him 100%. So let's go see who we can get instead. We have Mark. We have Taylor Jenkins. We have Moore. I know Will Hardy's usually here. He did, I believe he used to be the assistant in Boston anyway. So it might be not a bad idea, although Missoula's ratings are better technically. But I think my pride is telling me to move on from him. I'm going to go get Taylor Jenkins. Why not? We'll get Taylor Jenkins to be our head coach here in Boston. So we'll sign him. Let's go to probably to player options. I don't even believe we have our draft pick, but I guess I should probably double check. We do 21. All right, so let's go to pick 21. One player we'll have Walsh and maybe Smith in the rotation next year, which should help a little bit. I'm gonna take I meant to take that pick from Philadelphia, which it's fine. Whoever they drafted at 1, I'm giving to Toronto, which they got Cooper Flagg. Obviously that's going to go to Toronto. So Jalil Bethea actually got a pretty good solid guard in the rotation right away. Tatum declines, which was to be expected. He's gonna want a bag, which we got to give him. Again, he always usually leaves the Boston, but right now he has no offers that are even close to, convincing him to come. So Derek White, also here, $26 million. Zubac, Terrence Mann. I think we got to resign all these guys. I mean, as much as I wanted to try to save some money, I think losing any of them would be a disaster. So let's just start with resigning all these guys. So Zubac, again, it's going to cost quite a bit, but I think we got to bring everybody back. So we'll do that. And then we need to... Okay, before I forget, I'm going to go take that, Cooper Flagg away from Philadelphia. So one player I'm signing in free agency is Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if he'll make a big difference or whatever, but I'm just going to go ahead and give him a contract anyway. I'm going to explore some trades here before we go into next season. We're trying to go win a championship. We just got to the East Conference Finals. It, fell short of where we wanted. Tyler Smith's up to a 77. We do have a couple young players that I feel like we could throw in some trades and make things happen. So Walsh is here. So I don't think it'd be impossible to make another big splash here to, add on to whether it's we keep Jaylen Brown. But I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to auto-generate these rookies because this is going to be the year we win the championship, okay? I promise you that. That's what I'm going to do. So I did re-sign Derek White. We have Jaylen Brown under contract. Tatum is going to stay, of course. Porzingis is probably going to stay as well just because I love his versatility. So the center rotation is going to stay the same. Everything else is on the table. Center rotation and Tatum, everything else is on the table. So I'm going to explore some trades. We're going to figure out what makes the most sense, and we're going to cook something up. So what I'm doing here is I'm exploring contracts under $20 million because I'm going to try to keep what I have intact. But if I can add another player who is about to have to get paid a bunch of money, which there will be some decision to be made, after that. But like Magic Johnson once said, I'm not going to be here because I'm about to go win a championship. So I don't even care what the future has in place as long as I get a championship next year. So Jarrett Allen is someone I definitely have on my radar. Him and Porzingis as a pairing makes... it makes sense, and it would shape up a roster in the right way, and I think Jarrett Allen has to be somebody we try for here. So it's gonna have to include Terrence Mann's contract, which is fine with me. I did have Pritchard's contract in here as well, and then Bethea, who we just drafted. So Terrence Mann, Peyton Pritchard, Jalil Bethea, and this would be our way of going all in 2026. He's on a 1-year deal, so I think getting Bethea in 2026 in here. They say no. They think they're contenders, so it's going to be very hard to convince them otherwise. Oh, okay, that was easy. We threw Walsh in there. They said yes. Okay, so Jarrett Allen is who we went all in on. Only making $20 million, so he's not going to get a max contract extension like Paul Banchero and all of them were about to. So that is going to switch things quite a bit. So Porzingis, you're going to play power forward. You're going to have Tatum playing the 3, and Jaylen Brown's going to play the 2. So now you have a shifty rotation when I believe we have depth everywhere, which we do. And like I said, that is my way, is how we're going to go win a championship this year, is getting Jarrett Allen brought in here. And that rotation to me looks very intimidating. Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Jarrett Allen, Zubac, Tyler Smith, Josh Richardson, and Jonathan Isaac, Sam Hauser. I'm just going to run a 9-man rotation this year. If this team ain't a 60-win team, I'm going to be very disappointed. This is a very good squad. Jarrett Allen, Derek White fit perfectly. Tatum and Brown, of course, going to be the scorers, and then Porzingis, that third guy. This has got to be it. Let's go win a championship. Let's bring Boston another ring. I said I wanted a 60-win season. We got a 70-win season instead. It's been a while since I've seen one of these, so I'm very happy to see it. If we don't win a championship, I'm going to be pissed. So let's go out there and let's just go get this thing done and over with. So we are going to have the first in the East, of course. Here are your player stats. You had 27 from Tatum, 27 from Jaylen Brown, 19 from Porzingis, 13, 11, and 10, 10, and 9 from Zubac. We get Indiana in round 1. They have Kyrie Swerving, Halliburton, Mathurin Walker, Miles Turner. Somebody curve round against Indiana, and we better not lose to Indiana. We beat them in 5. Now we get Chicago. As you guys can tell, I'm very confident that we could go win a ring right now. Jalen Duren, Nikola Vucevic, Chicago. They got the same core they've been running with. As you know, it's led to nothing. So hopefully it continues to lead to nothing for them. We sweep them. We get the 7-seeded New York Knicks. They did beat us, I believe, in year 1. So here's our revenge factor. And we sweep them. We're in the finals. So we get the Rockets. So Houston Rockets. We got Collier, Amin Thompson, Brooks, Jabari, Capella, Jalen Green, Tyrese, Cameron Whitmore, and James Wiseman. All right. Gotten this far. I'm hoping that this, we're going to click somebody around again because it's been working. And man, I was just like, wow, this is it. We're winning a championship for sure. Like, no way we don't. And of course we did not. Why would 2K give me a championship? All right, guys, I refuse to end on not getting a ring. I am going to go one more year. One more year. I refuse to believe that is the ending. We're going one more season. Listen here, guys. This year, we broke the damn record for single regular season wins. If this doesn't lead to a championship, I will quit forever. How about that? There's a proposition for you. All right, let's go take a look at the stats. So let's go see what the player stats are. We got, let's see if I can get to it correctly. So this time we got to it correctly. 27 from Jaylen Brown. 27 from Jason Tatum. 92 from Porzingis. 12 from Derek White. Miami in round 1. They have Suggs, Hero, Jimmy Butler, Matt Potter, Bam Adebayo. Now, I beat the East pretty easy last year. So hopefully that just, transpires again. We take care of the East very easily. Sweep them. Beat them. Boom. That's done. First round out of the way. Let's go to second round. Charlotte in round 2. They have LaMelo, Nick Smith, Brandon Miller, Grant Williams, Evan Mobley. Very good team. Don't know how the Cavs let Evan Mobley get away, but whatever. Beat them in 5. We get the Knicks this time. DiVincenzo, Moody. We beat this team last in the conference finals. We're back in the finals. The Knicks almost gave us a problem there. But now we get the Thunder. So, Shea, Ace Bailey, Josh Giddey, Chet. I am going to go game by game on this one just because I don't think so many current round worked last year. So 2-0, 2-1. Do not go down 3-2. We cannot go down to 3-2 to the Oklahoma City Thunder because that just leads to a disaster, as we all love and know. So let's see if we can come out here and win this one. And we are going to escape with our lives here in game 6. Can we win game 5? Can we win game 6 to just end this one? Yes, we can. Let's go. We got it. All right. So we get 74-8. Tatum gets a championship. He wins the finals MVP. I can end this video being happy and peaceful. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Boston, go get yourself a damn championship. Tatum, has been receiving a lot of hate, man. He really has been. So hopefully he can go prove the naysayer wrong. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.